Books is pleased to present the Modern Scholar series, where great professors teach you. My name is Richard Poe, and I'll be your host. Today we begin a course entitled The Decline and Fall of Rome. Your professor is Thomas F. Madden, a professor of history and director of the Center for Medieval and Renaissance Studies at St. Louis University. He is a recognized expert on pre-modern history, frequently appearing in such venues as the New York Times, Washington Post, USA Today, National Public Radio, the Discovery Channel, and the History Channel. For more information on this course, please visit its webpage at www.modernscholar.com, where you'll have access to links to related sites, a seminar room to share your thoughts with other students, and yes, of course, a final exam. And now we begin The Decline and Fall of Rome. Lecture 1, The Decline and Fall of What? And now, Professor Madden.
In this course, we're going to examine a very large topic, and that is the decline and fall of the Roman Empire. The first question that we want to address, however, in this course is the decline and fall of what? What are we talking about when we discuss the decline and the fall of Rome? Most people, when they think of this subject, will think of a decadent Roman Empire, which eventually is destroyed by Germanic barbarians who invade Italy and then eventually capture and sack Rome. Barbarians with names such as the Goths and the Vandals, who, just from their names, you can tell they're not friendly people. However, there are many other kinds of fall that we can talk about with the Roman Empire, and that fall that I just mentioned is not wrong. It is something that we're going to deal with in this course. But what we need to set out here in this first lecture is the parameters of the course. In other words, what are we going to mean together when we talk about the decline and fall? The word itself, the phrase itself, comes most recently and most famously from the historian Edward Gibbon, who wrote his 6-volume history of the decline and fall of the Roman Empire in, he began publication in 1776. This was during the Enlightenment, a period in which histories were being written in a more scientific fashion, but also with a clear desire to understand the present in light of the ancient past. Gibbon's fall was one that began, he believed, really with the first Roman emperors in the 1st century A.D., some people that we'll be talking about later. And it was beginning with those emperors that he saw the Roman state and the Roman people begin to collapse. And that's why it's called the decline and fall, because it's a very long decline. Gibbon traces in his history the decline of the empire through the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th centuries, and one might imagine that he would have finished it in the 5th century when the last Roman emperor in Italy is deposed and the empire doesn't exist any longer in the West. But in fact, he continues it because the empire, the state that he is following, the Roman state, does continue to exist in the East, in what historians today refer to as the Byzantine Empire, and it would continue to exist in the East for another 1,000 years. This, therefore, led Gibbon to continue his history for volume after volume until finally ending in the year 1453.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.